Coach McKenna here with Great Day to be Irish show. It is a great day, but of course, according to me, never had a bad day in my life. But tonight, we're having our Irish Warrior, Irish Warrior strongman contest. We got 9 different teams coming in, have a lot of fun out in the field, but we get to highlight those guys who normally don't get any credit. There's linemen who just constantly work, and never get a lot of press or anything. Well, this is their night to come out and shine, and been great. The event is being sponsored by Destination Athlete, and we thank them. So we should have a lot of fun with that tonight. I'll be doing some live videos, some interviews. Dominic Williams, former NFL players, coming in and talking to the guys, and it should be a great night. So hopefully everything goes as planned. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. We'll be outside, a little hot, got plenty of water, and we'll get at it. But, they're trench warriors. They're used to that kind of stuff. Speaking of a trench warrior and a guy who's just a great work ethic, in all my years here at Notre Dame, there are certain people that I can say that I really, really enjoyed coaching. And Evan Collins is one of them. And Evan is getting ready to go off to college. Been training hard in the summer, getting ready. So I want to talk to him a little bit about his journey at Notre Dame and, where he's going. He's going to Catholic University and what he expects and everything. Evan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Coach.
Evan, do me a favor and just kind of, so everybody kind of knows you. Again, and I do this every show, who is Evan Collins?
Well, I'm 17 years old. I'm about to go to Catholic University to play football. I'm from Allentown. I've lived there pretty much all my life. And I played football here for 4 years. Started varsity linebacker for 3 years. Hard student. Grades always come first for me. And that's pretty much me.
Okay, do you live in Allentown by yourself?
No. I have 2 brothers.
I teach you there, bud. He's a little sweaty. He just got done working out.
I have 2 brothers. My older brother, he's 37. He lives in Florida with his wife and kid. And I have a younger brother, Aiden. He's 14. Yeah, his birthday was like 2 weeks ago. He's 14 now. He's about to head to Allentown. He's going to play basketball there. And my dad and my mom, they've been married for 25 years as of next month. So.
Okay, Dad's former military, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dad, shout out to you. Thank you for your service. We appreciate the military and everything you've done. Okay, let's take you back to Notre Dame. You had a great 4 years here and everything, and let's kind of break it down into different things. One of the things I want to talk about is your faith journey a little bit, because I remember an article that the Monitor did on you, and one of the things you said really impressed me and Father Jason is that it wasn't about being Catholic. You were on a faith journey, and we helped you with that faith journey, about the way we presented things. We didn't ram it down your throat, but it was more of an information thing. Kind of talk a little bit about your faith journey here and what you meant when you said that in the paper.
I mean, when I came here, I knew pretty much nothing about faith at all, and that's part of the reason my mom wanted to send me here, is because she knew that she kind of blamed herself for not exposing me to faith. So when I came here, I didn't know much. I remember the first day they started saying the Our Father. I was like, what in the world is this? I was so confused. But when I was here, it's just I realized I was missing a big part of my life, and especially through the Bible study, it was, wow, there's all this stuff that I never knew before, and then I could use it in my everyday life to work harder, to push myself, and know that there's always someone who's got me behind my back, even though I may not always be able to see him, or he's not always present, or he is always present, but not visibly always present, that I always have somebody behind my back.
And that's what's neat, because you can't see him all the time, but you can feel him in here. And once you get that point where you can feel him in here, man, your life just becomes so much better. And you were a big part of our Catholic Athletes for Christ. You did a lot of things with us and everything. And kind of explain how that works and everything and what we did.
Oh, like all the different events and stuff.
All the different events and everything, yeah.
Yeah, so we would have meetings, twice a month, something like that. So meetings twice a month. And it was kind of cool, especially because I know last year we didn't have the biggest turnout. But this year it was really impressive, all the freshmen who came in. And it felt more of a family. And that they came in, you had a ton of speakers that come in. It was just really interesting to learn how different people had faith in their lives and how that affected them in their, not like only lives, but their athletic lives as well, and how we could use that in our lives. And it was just kind of life-changing the different people you brought in, and just for me to be able to learn from them and use that in my life, I can teach other people that. And so especially my little brother, because he's in the same situation that he doesn't have that exposure to faith, but I can come back and I show him. I even gave him some of the what's it called, like the spiritual ammo.
Oh, the ammo, spiritual ammo kit right there.
I showed him that, and he's been reading a little prayer book every night, and so he's really getting exposed too. So you've helped me through Catholic of Christ, but also my family.
We mentioned our prayer groups, and for everybody knows that football, boys lacrosse, and girls softball right now has a prayer group. Kind of explain how that worked and how that helped you through your season and your time here.
I think that was really the game changer between our last 2 seasons and this season, is that the prayer group helped us become more of a family. It was more of a time that we could all just sit down as a team and not worry about football, not worry about anything else, but just worry about each other as a person, and that really brought us together as a family. And to be able to do that and with my brothers and just get together, that was the game changer on the field this year, is that when I got on the line or as that linebacker, I had a person all around me knew that we all had a same foundation, that we were going to have each other's back no matter what.
Right.
Throughout the entire game.
And it is a brotherhood, and that's what it becomes in everything. Okay, let's dissect a little bit about high school here. Your freshman year. What do you remember about your freshman year and some of the things you could tell everybody about?
Freshman year was it was interesting. It was the first time I've ever attended Catholic school, so the uniform was a little bit different. But it was just a different environment for me. I know coming from Allentown, not to like diss Allentown or anything, but it was like a really judgy, like really cliquey group. And then the first time I came here, it was actually Charles Hagan. I walked in the door, he's like, how are you doing? No one's ever like, I've never seen like an environment like that where people are just outgoing and want to help you no matter who you are. They didn't even know you. And so just freshman year, getting used to this family that is Notre Dame was really interesting and fun, and it changed me a lot. So that I was more, I forget the word, but like, I was more just into myself. I didn't like want to like talk to anybody, but I was introverted. And then through the year, through freshman year, I became more extroverted. I wanted to join clubs. I wanted to do more stuff, especially football. That helped me a lot too. Getting those brothers that I would have throughout the entire high school experience. So
That's neat, and I know you had a good experience in here, and I think I'm pretty sure the weight room helped you grow as a person, because you became one of my gym rats who spent a lot of time in here and enjoyed being in here. But I think that's because of the brotherhood we create and everything, and that we do have here, that it becomes a safe place for you to come, where not only do you work out, you come down here, we do our Bible studies down here, we do our prayer groups down here. Sometimes we just hang out down here, and you need a place to be, and it gives you a safe haven. Okay, kind of let's talk about your whole high school career. Your academics, where you're going, where you're taking that, and your football career, because you had a real good football career here. And kind of explain to everybody about your career.
I think my academics and my football career kind of parallel each other. Is that where I would work really hard, but then sometimes things wouldn't pan out as I wanted them to be. Especially, academic-wise, I was always pretty strong. But football career high school is really more of a maturing process for me. Is that, I'll start with academics. Freshman year, I didn't take any honors classes. I kind of cruised through it, and then I realized I had to challenge myself more. And then I challenged myself. I did well in that, and I just kept challenging myself, and I grew through that. So by my senior year, I was taking mostly all honors and AP classes, and that I grew academically. And the same thing with football, is that I had to mature into a leader. Because when I first came here, again, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was like, you guys do your thing, I'll do my thing. It was fine. But then as a football player, especially starting sophomore year when I was in varsity, I saw that the reason the team wasn't really clicking was because of the lack of leadership,
right,
and the lack of a brotherhood. And so that was through my high school journey, was finding those brothers in class that I know that if I sit down and study with them, that I'm not going to get distracted. I'm not going to be like, forget this, we're going to go do something else. That I need to sit down and study. Finding those people is important. And then finding my brothers in football is also important, that we could help build a program that when we left would be lasting. Robbie, Sam, Pat, all those guys, Tritt, just being able to spend time with them through all 4 years really made a brotherhood. And I think that for us, all the younger guys below us looked up to us, and that we set the example for them that this is what the program should be, rather than the previous programs before.
It was neat to watch because as a junior, I could see that spark starting to come in you. The leadership thing, that urge to get better and everything. And then, man, kind of just all of a sudden that spark turned into a flame. And you were on fire and you just took over a leadership role, in here in the weight room, on the football field, in the classroom, everywhere else. And one of the things that really impressed me with you is your leadership toward the younger kids. You were somebody the younger kids could look up to and look up to her as a mentor and everything. And that's important. That's something important. One thing, if you could, and we're not going to end it on this, but if you could, a message to an incoming freshman, and the good, the bad, the ugly, what advice would you give an incoming freshman?
Give an incoming freshman academic-wise or like athletic-wise?
Everything.
Everything? I would say don't be afraid to talk to the older kids. That they might not, it's not that we don't want to talk to you, it's just that we don't know you. So I know some kids will reach out, like I try to reach out to the freshmen as much as possible because I wanted to welcome them. I know when I was a freshman, I would have loved for the seniors to be like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Evan. How can I help you? What do you need? Are you confused about anything? It's just don't be afraid to reach out. That we're all here to help you. We're just one big family. And that we don't mind helping you. But in fact, we want to help you succeed because we're just one big family.
Okay, when Mom and Dad decided to send you to Notre Dame, and now you look back on those 4 years, do you have any regret to coming here?
Not at all.
And I didn't think you would, or I wouldn't ask you that question. But one of the things now, one of the things I'm proud of and everything, Evan has been accepted and is going to Catholic University and is going to play football at Catholic University. Tell me how that whole process came about.
I think most football players can relate to this, is that when the season's done, you're kind of like, I'm done with this, I'm in pain, like I don't want to do this anymore. So that was kind of for me, is that after football season, I think that tried to affect my college decision, where I was like, I don't think I'm going to play football in college anymore. And then I remember one day, I went into Coach Lordai's office, like, I think I'm going to the University of Maryland. And I'm like, I'm not going to play football, I'm just going to give it up. And he was like, I don't think you're making the right decision. And I'm like, yeah, probably not, because I just wasn't thinking clearly. I think I had a lot of outside influences that were saying, this is the school, do this, don't play football, go here, just get a good degree. But I think that football has been such a strong part of my life, is that I couldn't give it up. So then, after I decided I wanted to play football again, it was just me and Coach Lord. I really sat down and had to, not rush, because we still had time, but I was kind of behind on the recruiting process. So that was really, really interesting, trying to find a school. As for Catholic University, it was Coach Bachman who came in, and he was just different from all the other coaches. He came in, and instead of talking, oh, what position do you play, what do you do, let's talk football, this is our scheme, it was more, tell me about you as a person. He did the first time I met him, we didn't even talk about football the entire time. We sat in a room, talked about my family, talked about my academics. We didn't talk about football the entire time. I think that was really interesting because no one really approached me. He's like, let me talk about you as a person rather than a football player. And so that's really intrigued me about Catholic. And then when I went there, I still got the same vibe. When I went there for an overnight, it was still, let's talk football, but let's also talk about you as a person, how you can succeed here. And I think that's really drawn me towards Catholic because to me it kind of reminds me of just Notre Dame on a larger scale. And I love the environment here, and I think that's because I love the environment there too, that's why I chose that school.
Good. One of the things that has impressed me that and it's hard because when you dedicate yourself to football, it's a 12-month thing, and by the time some of these guys hit seniors, it's like, I'm done. But then when you realize you were going to Catholic University, you have spent the entire summer in here. You're getting ready. You're going to go out there. You're going out there on a mission, which I like to see. I mean, the last 2 days of work have probably been two of the hardest 2 days that you've been put through. But I want you to go out there ready to play and represent yourself well. So, Evan, I can't thank you enough for the 4 years here at Notre Dame, and I look forward to what you're going to do at college. And I want you to know you've always got a home here at Notre Dame.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Always welcome here, okay? Love you to death, son, and we'll do anything in the world for you. Hey, you know what? Evan's just one of many of the great products, the great student athletes we have here at Notre Dame. Not only student athletes, teachers, everything else. And that's why we're doing this show, to share all the gems that we have here and everything, all the things that we love And do I have a passion for Notre Dame? Yes, I do. But you know what? Come and find out what we do here, and you'll get that bug too. You'll get that passion and find out why Notre Dame's a great place. Great day to be Irish. Have a good day. And you know what? I always do.